What's it like picking a barrel of bourbon? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today's video is going to be an absolute blast. I hope you guys enjoy the entire thing. We're not behind the bar for the mainstay of the video. By the end of the video, you will see that we are picking a barrel of bourbon. But before we get into the fun stuff, I need to thank you guys so much for the love and support. Keep dropping that like. Leave a comment down below on if you enjoyed this video and if you're excited for more barrel picks to come. And if you're brand new, smash that subscribe button because that will help out like you wouldn't believe. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Let's put a challenge out there for 150 likes on today's video. So make sure you smash that like button and leave a comment down below on what barrel of bourbon you want me to pick next. Today's video is me picking a barrel of bourbon, Wilderness Trail wheated barrel proof bourbon for that fact, with a bunch of other guys. Now, the barrel itself was released to my Patreons first, so if you want to join the Patreon to get your chance to get into these barrels first, make sure you go check out the Patreon down below because those guys already have their bottle solidified. It is also being released to everybody here in New Jersey, so if you are in the Jersey area and you want to take a ride to Adelphia's in East Brunswick, the bottle's going to be about 65 bucks and it will be available. So make sure you go to Adelphia's in East Brunswick and pick up your bottle of the Wilderness Trail, picked by yours truly and a couple of other guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's filled with a bunch of fun and laughter and just a little bit of inside scoop on what it's like picking a barrel of bourbon. So without further ado, let's get to picking a barrel. What's going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker. We're here at the Cigar Den in East Brunswick, New Jersey, doing a barrel pick, and I'm here with my buddies from the Central Jersey Bourbon Society, and let's get the introduction for everybody.
What's up? I'm Eric Lumen. Adam Wong.
Nick Agathis. Josh Orvin. Harris Rosenthal.
And we're doing a barrel pick for Wilderness Trail wheated.
Me first before you drop them because I'm running out of liquor.
All right, hey. If you need a little something,
you guys are hooked up.
Yeah.
So here we've got 3 samples. We've got the Wilderness Trail. We've got sample A. This one is coming in at 111.09 proof. We've got sample B coming in at 111.27 proof, and sample C coming in at 110.98 proof. We just did the tastings and everything, so we're going to start discussing on everything that we thought was the best from A, B, and C. So I hope you guys enjoy the discussion.
A second. You stage fright.
Yeah. Just forget that the camera's there. It's easier when you do that.
I saw you post the XO gem.
The Gem of Kentucky. Dude, so good. My buddy's got a bottle of 32, and the one you got was 72. He said
I got another case, so I'll look to see what that is.
Yeah, see what that one is, because the buddy that, so apparently Dixie Dedman said that 20s and 30s were the best from the barrels that he had. I think he had like 95 barrels that he did for the Gem of Kentucky, and 20s and 30s were his supposed favorites.
Where do you source them from?
We don't know.
No one knows.
Nobody knows.
No age statement, no nothing.
Nothing.
I honestly thought it was just because it's Happy 15.
Wasn't that good?
Really? It was really good.
Can't open it up.
I bet it is, because I mean the tribute blend that I had was amazing at $100. So if that's 200, I mean it's got to be very, very good.
Yeah. I mean, I had somebody ask me the question when I did the review. They were like, "Do you think it's double the price worthy than the Innkeeper, the Phoenix, and the Tribute?" When you put it like that, I thought yes, 100%. It was.
Wow.
It was really on point.
And I was so happy paying the 100 for the tribute that I would do it again because I thought it was that good. So that's something.
Did you get through the whole bottle or did you smash it?
What do you mean, Brian? Come on, dude. I never do that. I never do that.
Smashes.
I don't like this breath that I'm getting over here.
Hey, you know.
I did it to myself.
You created it.
Actually, you did it to me.
This is pretty nice.
So to me, A,
Yeah.
chuck it.
Chuck.
B,
Are we recording?
We're recording.
yeah,
Oh.
B to me, initially I hated, and it was back in the pack. C I really liked, so I had C8B, but then I went back and tasted it.
Now, what was off-putting on B for you in the first place?
I think it was just my palate wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have to like burn your palate, like really like, you know, kind of like burn off like the extra, I don't know.
All the stuff from the day.
Yeah, all the stuff. And when my palate was ready, B takes it for me.
All right.
You know, it's crazy how you can taste something now and then taste something at the end of your tasting, and it tastes completely different.
Completely different.
So drink a lot, and you'll know what you're talking about.
There you go.
Proof points fluctuate from 111 to 90.
110 and
111.
like, yeah, 111.
So you're all close within range.
Yeah, they're all right
All
there.
in one.
And when do you expect to go to Kentucky and actually start doing the actual?
No, this is it. We're doing it right now. What did you think?
So for me, on the nose, B had the most ethanol. On the palate, I got the same thing. So for me, it was between A and C. And after a few sips, C became the winner. So C.
So that's where B started for me. Then when I went back, I guess the ethanol burned off.
For me, A just seemed, the nose was very over the top with ethanol. On the palate, it seemed almost disjointed. So that one was a goner. A and C, the nose was fairly comparable. I mean, B and C was fairly comparable. On the palate, I'm going to buck the trend here. And I'm going to say C, I think, has got a little bit more interesting characteristics. I thought, not that B's bad, but B, it was definitely the crowd pleaser, and it was the most diverse. Being for the group, I think C's better. But I thought that A was more of a broader market bourbon than C was. Where C had was a little bit more complicated. I think for some palates it might have gotten lost. B
Is it
was,
an entry level kind of like a bourbon?
none of these were entry level. I thought they all had some interesting stuff to them. I said A was just, that's the one barrel that's just, whenever I do a pick, there's always a barrel that's the outlier.
Yeah.
Right at a stepchild that wants to become part of the group. With the other two, I thought A was going to be, B was definitely the softer of the two, and C I thought was more of the more complicated that would need a more experienced palate to appreciate.
I've never even heard of this brand, so it's something that people that may not even be aware of that you have to actually, as a connoisseur of bourbon, it's either word of mouth. It's like, you got to try this. That's how people, when you're bringing a bottle of something, nobody's ever had it, or they turned them on to something, you're like, oh my God, where'd you get that? Or I never even heard of that before. That's how you start to build a brand within the community that we guys are all in. Like, we try something, you may not like it, somebody else may like it, and before you know it, you got 20 guys that are now touting a bourbon that they never tried before, never heard of before, but you do a tasting like this and you start to introduce it to certain people, it's a game changer.
And it's a wheated bourbon, right? So I think it has a lot of those characteristics, right? Sweetness.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get with wheated bourbon.
Yeah.
It's more approachable for newer bourbon drinkers. It's sweeter. It's a little bit more softer.
What would you compare this to if you had to compare it to something that you've
I know, I
had?
saw that.
I mean,
Rough.
it's tough. I mean, Williams.
I've got a bottle of that. I haven't opened yet. I've always wanted to try
It's
it.
smooth though. I mean, it goes down.
It's easy.
It's easy
For
to
the
drink.
proof, they're easy.
Yeah, it's not- it doesn't drink as hot.
No, definitely not.
Right.
It's easier than, I'd say, a larceny barrel proof, because they're coming in at like 126 to 130.
Oh, it is toasted. Okay.
So, Mr. Josh,
I think A was like in your face, more ethanol involved. Little slight burn at the end of it. To me, B and C, same nose kind of. Very similar taste, but I think at the end of B there was kind of a little fruity or floral taste at the very end of the finish. That's kind of what drew me into it. There's a little bit more at the end of it for me.
Which one did you go with?
B.
B?
Yeah. And B is, what's the proof on that one?
B is 111.27, so it's the highest proof.
It is. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I nailed with the nose.
What, the proof?
Yeah.
What kind of
They're
price
all within
point?
like a 1 point,
But it was the highest.
1 to 2 point. 62, 65
yes, between $62 and $65 for price.
Is it going to be exclusive for the New Jersey Bourbon Central? Like, it's
Yeah.
going to be like their pick. You got to be a member to get access to the bottle.
Yeah.
You can't just come into the store and buy it.
Correct.
So do people know how to like join the group and stuff like that if you've never been on the group? Or how do you acquire a bottle if you like never really put, like I'm part of the group, I never got a bottle from you guys.
Okay.
So how do I go about getting myself?
I think you just have to join the group and get a previous pick, right? Is that how we're doing it?
Well, for we have 2 that are coming out. We actually have this Rebel Yell, which we just tasted. That's ridiculous. And we have this one, Wilderness Trail. So get a bottle, and then you can get in for Old Forester. You know, so generally we try not to limit it. We try not to keep a list. We try not to make it exclusionary. You know, we make sure that we just pick good stuff that people like, and you've never had a problem selling out. You know, all of our picks aren't on the shelves. A lot of Jersey groups, their picks kind of flounder.
Sit there for months.
You know, so we like to move it out. You know, it's.
All right, so I'm going to go around. I'm going to ask everybody what their top 3 bottles of whiskeys are that they would prefer. So we're here with Eric first, and we're going to see what his top 3 bottles of whiskeys are.
All right, so I'm going to start back to front. Number 3,
I gotta try that then.
2018 George T. Stagg. One of the bottles that broke me into bourbon and made me love it. Number 2 is going to be our group's barrel pick of Blue Note, which is an absolute butterscotch bomb. It's awesome. It's a banger. And number 1, which is a newcomer, Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. It's so bleeping good.
Worth the hype?
Unbelievable.
I'll second that.
It's so good.
Now, what would you pay for that bottle if you saw it on the shelf right now? What was the max amount you would pay for it?
Right now, today, $400.
$400 out the door, no questions asked?
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right, what are your top 3?
My top 3, considering I drank a lot of my life, recently obtained is the XO Gem that I had bought it yesterday, and it's already empty. I am very generous. I came into the cigar den in East Brunswick. Everybody that was sitting here, I poured it, the whole entire bottle. People were like, oh my God, they were blessing me. That one, I'll also mimic what Eric mentioned about the cellar aged. Oh my God, game changer. If you see it, pull out your wallet and just buy it. End of discussion. My 3rd bottle is Russell's 13.
All right.
It's been on my chase. I finally got a couple of bottles. Delicious.
Goodie. All right, Adam.
All right, so number 1 is the Maker's Mark, Cellar's Age for me. Number 2 is Old Rip Van Winkle.
Which
and
one?
The 2022.
Okay.
And the 3rd would be Old Weller Antique.
Is it worth?
107 is always a go-to.
107 is going.
That's my
doing the
go-to.
experience.
Top 3 bottles of whiskeys.
Okay. So, in no particular order, for me, Pappy 15.
Okay.
Then we're gonna go George T. Stagg.
Okay.
And then, like, for my favorite everyday drinker, Wild Turkey 101.
Wild Turkey 101.
That's it.
Now, do you have a specific year for the George T. Stagg?
Or not a specific year. I always think it's always pretty solid.
Okay.
Or it would be like Old Grandad 114.
Old Grandad 114?
Yeah.
That's a solid.
Or Old Forester 1920.
yeah.
I bounce between those 3. Like, that's where I'm at.
All right.
That's where
All
I'm
right.
at.
I think that's every day. $50 every day. Not a problem.
All right, Paul, top 3 whiskeys.
So I'm gonna go with really everyday drinkers.
Okay.
So my normal everyday grabs are 4 Roses Small Batch Select. I happen to really like the Maker's Mark 101. It's actually my favorite weeded.
Okay.
And I'm really liking, and I'm a Heaven Hill guy.
Okay.
So I would either go with a McKenna, this Heaven Hill Bottled Bond, or if you're into rye, Pikesville.
Pikesville. What's that? 110 proof on that, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's a good one. It's like Pikesville is 51% rye. So it's like
just barely rye.
Just barely rye.
Yes.
It's so good. All right, Josh.
I'm gonna say anything E.H. Taylor, except the rye, because I don't really like rye. Number 2 would be the older Rock Hill Farms bottles, like anything 2020 to older than that, because the newer ones really aren't the same. And then Heaven Hill 17 is probably my favorite all-time bourbon.
That was the 2022 release, right?
The 2020 is like a oaked up mellow corn. Not
Not good.
not good at all.
Not good.
Not good.
Are we talking like
Whiskey.
unicorn barrels or
You can give me what I want your favorite whiskeys
on my deathbed?
on your deathbed.
I'm going with Pappy 15,
Okay.
Old Fitz.
What year?
I've never had a bad one.
Never had a bad one?
I've never had a bad Old
But you
Fitz.
can only have one on your deathbed. You got 10, you got 12, you got 15, 17, 19. What's he got here?
Which one is that?
It's a 10 and it's amazing.
It is good.
And then just being a pig and my Restoration Rye Barrel Pick.
There you go.
It's up there in my top 5 barrel picks I've ever done.
There you go.
So.
You heard it here first. Adelphia's East Brunswick. Go pick it up.